with that?
No, right here. Yes, the next one.
Sure, you're here to get through it.
Bruce, I must be going colorblind. Because I swear to God that shirt was just all black and white. Now I'm seeing the blues.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah. I think it's the same how. Then people that are asking all this. Did they send it to him? Or just us? I'll call you up too.
Where do I do my proclamation speech?
Yes.
Yes.
I'll call you up.
Good evening. I'd like to call this meeting to order. Will you please rise and join me in the Pledge of Allegiance? I pledge allegiance
to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, liberty and justice for all.
Okay, can we please start with a roll call?
Council President Prince,
Here.
Councilmember Perez,
Here.
Councilmember Vaughn,
Here.
Councilmember Albertson,
Here.
Councilmember Rivera,
Here.
Councilmember O'Halloran,
Here.
Councilmember McIrvin.
Here.
Roll call, Mr. Mayor, all present.
All right, thank you. We're going to start tonight off with a proclamation, Filipino American History Month.
Proclamation. Whereas the earliest documented Filipino was present in the continental United States on October 18, 1587, when the first Luzones Indios on board the Manila-built galleon ship Nuestra Senora de Esperanza set foot in Morro Bay, California. And whereas the Filipino American National Historical Society recognizes the year 1763 as the date of the first permanent Filipino settlement in the United States in St. Malo, Louisiana, which set in motion the focus on the story of our nation's past from a new perspective by concentrating on the economic, cultural, social, and other notable contributions that Filipinos accomplished in development of United States history. And whereas in 2009, President Obama formally recognized Filipino American History Month, and this year's theme, set by the Filipino American National Historical Society, is struggle, resistance, solidarity, and resilience. And whereas the Filipino American community is the nation's second largest Asian American group in the United States and home to over 5,000 Filipino Americans in the greater Renton area, and whereas Filipino Americans have contributed greatly to the fine arts, education, medicine, business, journalism, education, science, technology, government, and other fields in the United States, while enriching the landscape of the nation and local communities. And now, therefore, I, Armando Pavoni, Mayor of the City of Renton, do hereby proclaim October 2024 to be Filipino American History Month in the City of Renton, and I encourage all residents to join me in the special observance. In witness thereof, I have hereunto set my hand and caused the seal of the City of Renton to be affixed this 21st day of October 2024, signed Armando Pavoni, Mayor of the City of Renton.
So next we're actually going to have the Mayor's Inclusion Task Force member, Violet Escobar, going to read it in Tagalog.
Proklamasyon. Sapagkat ang pinakaunang dokumentadong Pilipino ay naroroon sa kontinental ng Estados Unidos noong Oktubre 18, 1587. Nang ang unang Luzones Indios ay sumakay sa barkong galyon na ginawa sa Maynila na Nuestra Senora de Esperanza, ay tumuntong sa Morro Bay, California. At sapagkat kinikilala ng Filipino American National Historical Society ang taong 1763 bilang petsa ng unang permanenteng paninirahan ng mga Pilipino sa Estados Unidos sa St. Malo, Louisiana, na nagtakda ng pagtutok sa kwento ng nakaraan ng ating bansa mula sa isang bagong pananaw sa pamamagitan ng pagtutuon ng pansin sa pang-ekonomiya, kultura, panlipunan at iba pang kapansin-pansing kontribusyon na nagawa ng mga Pilipino sa pag-unlad ng kasaysayan ng Estados Unidos at sapagkat noong taong 209, formal na kinilala ni Pangulong Obama ang Filipino-American History Month at ang tema ng taong ito na itinakda ng Filipino-American National Historical Society ay pakikibaka, paglaban, pagkakaisa at katatagan. At sapagkat ang komunidad ng Pilipino-Amerikano ay ang pangalawang pinakamalaking Asyano-Amerikano na grupo ng bansa sa Estados Unidos at tahanan ng mahigit na 5,000 Pilipino-Amerikano sa mas malawak na lugar ng Renton, at sapagkat malaki ang naiambag ng mga Pilipinong-Amerikano sa sining, edukasyon, medisina, negosyo, pamamahayag, pamahalaan, agham, teknolohiya, at iba pang larangan sa Estados Unidos habang pinapayaman ang tanawin ng bansa at ang mga lokal na komunidad. At sa ngayon, ako si Armando Pavone, alkalde ng lungsod ng Renton, ay pinapahayag dito na Oktubre 2024 ay buwan ng kasaysayan ng Pilipino-Amerikano sa lungsod ng Renton at hinihikayat ko ang lahat ng residente na samahan ako sa espesyal na pagdiriwang na ito. Biglang katunayan ito, nilagdaan at pinag-utos ko na ilagay ang selyo ng lungsod ng Renton sa ika-21 ng Oktubre 2024. Lagda, Alkalde Armando Pavone ng lungsod ng Renton, Washington.
Mayor,
Mayor Van.
I move that the proclamation be adopted as read.
Second.
Okay, it's been moved by Councilmember Van, seconded by Council President Prince, that the proclamation be adopted as read. All in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, nay. All right, motion carries. Now we're going to take a couple of pictures up front. So I think we have some people that want to take some pictures together. So.
Judith, special request, please. Oh, Judith, Judith, please, we have to have our Judith staff.
She's gone.
She's gone. She's gone.
He tried.
Not in front of the house for.
No, either.
Where would we be without him?
Wouldn't be.
Where did Violet go?
We could probably move and have them all in at the back.
What's that? I think it was
Yeah. You're seated. Oh, I like it.
Say ube!
All right.
So good to see you. Yeah.
Hi. Hi.
Oh, yeah. Yep. Agree.
Sometimes my walk, like, where is it? Yeah, where's it?
Oh, I
Especially because you know, like whatever we need, you know, like to collaborate.
so much for being here. Thank you. Thank you.
I want my youth programs to expand. And I wanted to, like, you know, not just more Filipinos, but and
I've never seen something like that. I've never seen it.
Okay. Oh,
One more.
Thank you. Thank you.
all right. Now the picture taking's done. To accept the proclamation is Violet Esquel. Violet.
Mr. Mayor,
Yes.
on behalf of the Filipino community of Renton, we are very honored and humbled for the privilege to accept the city's proclamation award from you. We are all very grateful for these words of proclamation, recognizing the Filipino-American history and the relationship between Filipinos and American, which has been historically strong as a consequence of the Philippines-American colonial period between 1896 and 1946. Mr. Mayor, we are profoundly grateful to you, to the members of the City Council, to the city staff, especially Laura Petit, the Communications and Engagement Director, and Casey King, Community Outreach Coordinator, for your dedicated efforts, understanding, and patience preparing for this special event. And to all those in the city offices who, in one way or the other, helped make this memorable event a successful and meaningful one for us Filipinos and our friends who admire, enjoy, and value the diversity, vibrancy, and livability of our city. We also express our heartfelt thanks to Dr. Marvin Rossetti, the current president of our organization, the Filipino-American Community of Renton and other cities, for spearheading the request for this proclamation. Our heartfelt thanks also to Dr. Dorothy Cordova and to our organization's board members, Mary Tuifua, Tony Paz, and Jose Abarquez, and to Josephine Bayan from the City of Renton Planning Commission for their cooperation and participation. On this occasion, may I take the opportunity to speak briefly about the Filipinos in Renton and about the City of Renton that I and many others know with this simple question. Where are the Filipinos here in Renton, and how are they visible? The Filipinos' visibility here in Renton is manifested in their many years of residency in different areas of the city, north, south, east, and west, in their participation, employment, and services in the fields of engineering, innovation, manufacturing, and technology, in various private and public sectors, offices and retail businesses, in hospitals and many healthcare facilities, in children's daycare centers and adult and senior care homes, in the hospitality and food industry, in public works, transportation, communication and travels, in schools and places of worship, in city festivals like the famous Renton River Days and the Multicultural Festival back in 2016 to 2019, in arts, music, sports, entertainment, and community centers, including the fairly new Family First Community Center, which was founded with a vision and passion to serve by Doug Baldwin Jr., the famous former Seattle Seahawks football player and whose mother is a Filipino. What can I say about the city of Renton? First, I am personally thankful and always happy and proud to say that 10 years ago, one of the best things that happened in Renton was the formation and official launching of the Renton Mayor's Inclusion Task Force in May 2014. I was deeply honored to have been appointed to serve in the task force and to represent the Filipino community in this city. Participation in the task force helped fill the absence in me of the feeling or sense of belonging in this city, especially knowing that its business plan includes its mission and goals of inclusion. It is great to know that the City of Renton continues to be in partnership and communication with residents, businesses, and schools, and is dedicated to building an inclusive, informed city with equal opportunities for all. All the departments in the City of Renton support the city's mission and goals and facilitates dialogue and enhances understanding, trust, respect, and representation to create a culture of diversity, inclusion, and equality in our community that is welcoming not only to all residents, but to the visitors as well. The city's various sustainable and high-quality projects, programs, and services continue to make Renton a very vibrant and livable city. In closing, we would like to express again our profound gratitude for this proclamation. This will serve as an inspiration to the Filipino community as we continue to maintain our strong relationship with the city, nourishing it by our commitment to active participation, support, and cooperation in the ongoing and future programs of the city. The success of the City of Renton is also the success of the Filipino community here in Renton and even beyond. Everybody have a very pleasant and restful evening, and may God bless us all.
And also, we have another community member that's also accepting the proclamation, Raleigh Polenton. Raleigh.
Good evening, everybody. I'm Rolly Politan, who has been the original and pioneer member of the Mayor's Inclusion Task Force, which was founded by Mayor Dennis Law. Anyway, I would like to say everybody has been, all has been said from the story of the Filipinos here. And one person we have forgotten to mention is Mr. Ray Pasqua, aside from Tita Dorothy. Actually, and Tito Fred. In fact, it was Ray Pasqua who worked it out with the Congress, Washington Congress, to be proclaimed May of 2019. Anyway, thank you so much to the council, to Mr. Ed Prince, the president of the city council, to the mayor, Mayor Armando Pabone. We are so grateful. The Filipinos here in Washington State, I would say, and right now, as per last census, we are 200,000 here in Washington State, to let you know. So I think we are occupying mostly of the, I would say, ethnicity. We are number 2 in the Asian ethnicity. From the first one is Chinese, then the Filipinos are the number 2. So thank you so much, and I would say I will serve more the city of Renton to come.
Thank you.
Mayor,
Yes, Council President Prince.
right before everyone leaves, I want to thank Violet and Raleigh for all their hard work they've done over the years with the Mayor's Inclusion Task. What they do. I'll say that before they left.
Mayor,
Yes,
if I may.
Councilor Vaughn.
I would like to also thank all the community members and elders whose shoulder we stand on. Myself being the first refugee and Asian American woman council member here, it's because of you all. And just so on the note and on the record, Filipino history is American history, and that we all belong here. Please make comments, and throughout our budget process and anything that we do in the city that you have concern about, please reach out. Thank you.
All right, thank you. And I want to give a special thanks to our Mayor's Inclusion Task Force members that showed up tonight. We have these events throughout the year, and we have a really good showing of task force members. So thank you all very much, and have a great night. You are welcome to join us for the rest of our business. It's not nearly as exciting, but you're welcome to stay, or this would be a good time if you wanted to enjoy your families the rest of the night. Thank you. Okay, next up is a public hearing, the proposed 2025-2026 biannual budget. This is our third hearing, and it'll be presented by Carrie Roller.
Good evening. Thank you so much. Tonight represents our third and final public hearing for the biennial budget process. The city is required to hold public hearings prior to the adoption of the biennial budget, setting the property tax levy for the coming year. All of our public hearings have been noticed and provide an opportunity for community to provide comments. Just a summary of the budget. The proposed budget is the 2025-2026 citywide revenues is $645 million and expenditures of $648.4 million for the biennium. The proposed property tax levy is 26.3 for an estimated levy rate of 92 cents per $1,000 of assessed value, which equates to an increase of about $13.73 per average household. Additional details can be found on our website regarding our budget, and I'll turn it back to you.
All right, any questions for Carrie at this time? I wouldn't think so. Do we have any correspondence?
I received no correspondence, Mr. Mayor.
All right, and there's nobody signed up to speak on the budget tonight. So what is the wish of the council?
Mr. Mayor,
Yes, Councilmember O'Halloran.
I move we close the public hearing.
Okay, it's been moved by Councilmember O'Halloran, second by Councilmember Perez, that we close the public hearing. Any discussion? All in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, nay. All right, the hearing is closed. And the next up on the list is the administrative report.
All right, good evening, everyone. The Renton Police Department, in partnership with other Valley agencies, will be hosting the Diversity and Law Enforcement Career Workshop Saturday, November 2nd from 9 a.m. to 2 p.m. in Renton. Participants must be 18 and over. Discover how to navigate the challenges of pursuing a law enforcement career, including the hiring process, background checks, testing, and other officer wellness. RSVP and workshop pre-registration are required and may be completed by visiting rentonwa.gov/Valley Police Careers. The Landing Parking Garage is tentatively scheduled to be closed October 29th and 30th for concrete repairs. Surface street parking lots and street parking will remain available during the garage closure. Information about preventative street maintenance, traffic impact projects, and road closures happening this week can be found at rentonwa.gov/traffic. All projects are weather permitting. Unless otherwise noted, streets will always remain open.
All right, thank you. Next up is audience comment. We do have a few people signed up to speak tonight. I want to remind everyone that all remarks must be addressed to the entire council as a whole. If a response is requested, please provide your name, address, including an email address for a follow-up. Each speaker will be allowed 3 minutes to speak. There's a timer rate on the desk in front of Jason there. Little yellow light goes on, means you have just a few moments to wrap up your comments. And first to speak tonight is Danny Ng.
Good evening, esteemed members of the Renton City Council and esteemed Mayor. My name is Danny Ng. I'm here on behalf of Lieutenant Commander C. Chan and his family and neighbors that are facing a eminent domain action by King County Metro project for installation of a rapid ride project. That's at the intersection of Southeast 108th to Southeast 186th Street. I ask that you listen to Lieutenant Commander C. Chan's story and petition, and at least engage your esteemed members of the King County Council to bring his story and alternative location to install this rapid ride installation. I humbly ask that you do this in not only for his family, and neighbors, and also for those who are affected by this possible eminent domain action, and that your actions give new meaning to the phrase, "Thank you for your service," to Lieutenant Commander C. Chan. And I ask that the land of the free, safeguard the home of the brave. I thank you for your time.
All right, thank you. Next up is Elaine Chan.
Dear City Council and Mayor, I'm writing to follow up on the testimony that my family and I provided to the Renton City Hall 2 weeks ago regarding to our urgent situation on our property at 18429 108th Avenue Southeast. Despite our efforts to highlight concerns in this matter, we have yet to receive any response regarding to our request for a formal hearing and a meeting. Given the gravity of the situation, particularly regarding to the proposal and the usage of eminent domain on our house, there are safety concerns over the driveway, our driveway where the bus stops. And in our attempt to resolve this matter peacefully and constructively, we believe that a meeting is crucial. So we respectfully ask this request to be prioritized, as the lack of communication is causing us considerable distress and uncertainty. So at your earliest convenience, please allow us the opportunity to further discuss this matter directly with the city officials. Thank you.
All right, thank you. Next up is C. Chan.
Honorable members of the Renton City Council, name's Lieutenant Commander C. Chan. I speak before you again regarding the eminent domain situation of the Rapid Ride bus station that is proposed over my house. I was privy to some communication that King County Metro communicated to the council, but again, their communication has been lacking with us, the family, the actual homeowners for which property they're seizing. And I would just encourage the county to meet with us because we haven't heard back yet from the city. And if you look at their communications from October the 16th, they failed to mention that there's an additional 2,000 square feet of taking for this bus station and inclusion of what they call additional easements that are right-of-ways. But our neighbors who survived are in their 90s and were born in concentration camps and survived internment camps, have lived in the cul-de-sac for quite some time when it was county land before it was incorporated into the city of Renton. And they have stated, as the city told us when we moved here almost a decade ago, that what exists on our property are called non-conforming exemptions, and the right-of-way requests are an additional easement that it seems like the county metro company is imposing, which exceeds their authority because that would be under the jurisdiction of the city of Renton. But it seems like somewhat of a disingenuous workaround that they're using county infrastructure projects to move a property owner's fence line back and then just say, well, now everything behind the fence is a public right of way. And we would love the chance that if we could sit down and meet with members of the council at your convenience to plead our case and kind of have more light on the situation and work with the county and the city in resolving something that will support public transit and the community at large. So appreciate you all for your attention to this matter. And I can leave my information with the county clerk if you don't have it.
Yeah, and I did receive your email that you sent, I think, like a day or two ago. And since this was a county matter, it's taken staff a little bit of time to get information together. We will be reaching out to you to schedule a meeting, so.
I appreciate that. We just ask if you could please include us in the communications between the county also, because we're in the dark here and we're the family that lives at the property. So, thank you.
Yep. Okay, next up is Marvin Rossetti.
Hello, greetings, Mr. Mayor, and to our wonderful esteemed council. Again, I am Dr. Marvin Rossetti. I'm the president of the Filipino American community of Renton, And I'm now that all the lights and the beauty, our wonderful beauty pageant recipients have left, I still want to come here and say and give my immense gratitude to the city of Renton for its ability in order to accept such wonderful celebrations like ours for Filipino American History Month. I did want to step up here to give, especially to give a great shout out to the wonderful staff that we have, special in community relations, both to Casey King, Laura Pettit, and of course Jason Seth, who had to read all of our wonderful proclamations out to you. I'm very proud to be living in a city that is able to allow us to have such programming and enable to promote our communities as they are, and to the rest and also to the rest of the region. So again, with that, I wanted to say again, thank you. And I look forward to the city's promise of future programming, not only for us, but for the other diverse communities here in Renton. So again, I say with great gratitude, thank you, and thank you.
All right, thank you. And next up, we do have two speakers that have signed up virtually. The voice in the sky will speak shortly. Yes.
We do have two speakers. The first person is Melanie Gonzalez. Melanie, go ahead. You guys hear me?
Hello. We can hear you. Go ahead.
Council members, good evening. My name is Melanie, and I work at Kindring, a nonprofit neurodevelopmental agency. For over 60 years, Kindring has been serving children with disabilities and other needs. Thank you for this opportunity to speak in support of our pending funding requests for 2 programs. Both of these programs are offered at no cost to participants, and both are currently supporting Renton residents and child care providers. First, child care and preschool consultation, or CCPC. We are working hard to meet the needs of all children, but we are finding many who need extra support beyond our scope. These words were spoken by preschool director and capture what we have been hearing from other child care and preschool providers in the communities we serve. CCPC uses on-site individual child and classroom observation, consultation, coaching, and training to help support child care and preschool providers meet the needs of children in their care. These are also examples of strategies used to help increase the likelihood that a child will be retained in their original care setting. When children engage in behaviors that teachers find challenging, they are more likely to be expelled from the program. If that goes beyond the child, a loss of child care can also mean loss of employment for the family. Unfortunately, children of color and children with disabilities are disproportionately at risk of being expelled from child care and preschool. In 2023, Kindring CCPC program served 229 children, the majority of whom identified as Black, Indigenous, and people of color. Nearly 60% of all children served were for developmental evaluations. As an important indicator of the program's success, 97% of the children served were retained in their original child care setting. The second program, Families in Transition, or FIT. FIT supports the needs of young children experiencing homelessness and their families through pediatric therapies, early education, parent coaching, outreach, case management, and connection to resources. Averaging 75% of children experiencing homelessness have one or more major developmental delays. Last year, 89% of children involved in FIT programming made measurable improvements in their development. We kindly ask the council to consider recommending funding to support these programs, which have been making a positive impact on the lives of children, families, and child care providers in the city of Renton. On behalf of Kindring, thank you again for this opportunity to provide public comment.
All right, thank you.
The next person we have is Ruby Holland. Ruby, go ahead.
Hello, my name is Ruby Holland, and I'm from Seattle, Washington. I just want to thank the council for agreeing to meet with the Chan family who's facing eminent domain. I was at the last hearing, excuse me, with the county council, and it was very clear to me that they were left in the dark and they, hadn't been able to communicate with people. Taking one's home is a very serious matter, especially a home that the family had hopes and dreams on and that, they've been in for a few years, I think a decade, working on raising their family and, doing other things and making plans, and to all of a sudden have those dreams upended is very serious. It's just a devastating situation. So I think that families, the Chan family, should be given every opportunity that's available for them to, help mitigate their situation and try to save their home and keep their family intact. And, there's evidence that I understand that they can present to about the community impacts that may not be so pleasant. So I just thank you guys for giving me the opportunity to have a meeting so that they can go over their concerns with everybody. So if nothing else, at least this process will seem fair and that they were heard. Thank you so much.
All right, thank you. All right, thank you. Next up is the consent agenda. There are 10 items for council consideration. Are there any that council would like pulled for separate discussion?
Mr. Mayor?
Yes, Council President Prince.
Seeing none, I move the consent agenda be approved as adopted as presented.
Second.
Okay, it's been moved by Council President Prince, second by Councilmember Halverson, that the council approve the consent agenda as published. All in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, nay. All right, motion carries. We're on to unfinished business. Council President Prince.
No unfinished business, Mr. Mayor.
Councilmember Perez.
No unfinished business, Mr. Mayor.
Councilmember Van.
Yes, Mr. Mayor, the Utilities Committee has one committee report.
Utilities Committee report. This is regarding the extension of the small cell franchise with Singular or AT&T. The Utilities Committee recommends concurrence in the staff recommendation to grant a 5-year extension to the franchise agreement defined in Ordinance 5396 with a new Singular Wireless PCS LLC operating as AT&T. This will extend the franchise agreement until November 13, 2029. The committee further recommends the ordinance regarding this matter be presented for first reading. This is signed by the chair, a member, and approved virtually by the vice chair.
Mr. Mayor?
Councilmember Vaughn.
Yeah, I move the council concur with the committee report. Second.
Okay, it's been moved by Councilmember Vaughn, second by Councilmember Rivera, that the council concur with the Utility Committee report. Any discussion? All in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, nay. All right, motion carries. Councilmember Albertson.
No unfinished business, Mr. Mayor.
Councilmember Rivera.
No unfinished business, Mr. Mayor.
Councilmember Halloran.
No unfinished business, Mr. Mayor.
And Councilmember Gerben.
No unfinished business, Mr. Mayor.
Okay, we are on to legislation. We have one ordinance for first reading and two ordinance for second and final.
The first ordinance for first reading is regarding that extension of the franchise with AT&T. An ordinance of the City of Renton, Washington, granting to New Singular Wireless PCS LLC and its affiliates, successors, and assigns the right, privilege, authority, and non-exclusive franchise extension for 5 years to construct, maintain, operate, replace, and repair telecommunications network for small cell technology in, across, over, along, under, through, and below certain designated public rights-of-way in the City of Renton, Washington, providing for severability and establishing an effective date.
Mr. Mayor?
Yes, Councilmember Vaughn.
I move that the ordinance be placed in second and final reading at the next council meeting.
Second.
It's been moved by Councilmember Vaughn, second by Councilmember Rivera, that the ordinance be placed on second and final reading at the next council meeting. All in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, nay. All right, motion carries.
The next ordinance is for second and final reading, and it's regarding the extension of the fee waivers or the parking fees for the city center parking garage. An ordinance of the City of Renton, Washington, extending the temporary waiver of parking fees for parking for periods of up to 10 hours within the city's city center parking garage located at 655 South 2nd Street, providing for severability and establishing an effective date.
Mr. Mayor,
Yes, Councilmember Halloran.
I move the ordinance be adopted as read.
Second.
It's been moved by Councilmember O'Halloran, second by Councilmember Perez, that the ordinance be adopted as read. This second reading, if there's no discussion, it requires a roll call.
Council President Prince.
Aye.
Councilmember Perez.
Aye.
Councilmember Vaughn.
Aye.
Councilmember Albertson.
Aye.
Councilmember Rivera.
Aye.
Councilmember O'Halloran.
Aye.
Councilmember McIrvin. Aye. Roll call, Mr. Mayor. All ayes.
Carries.
Final ordinance is regarding the 2024 year-end budget amendment. This also is for second and final reading. An ordinance of the City of Renton, Washington, amending the City of Renton fiscal years 2023-2024 biennial budget as last amended by ordinance number 6137 by increasing budgeted revenues and expenditures by $17,953,493 and $16,598,457 respectively, amending the 2024 City of Renton salary table as last amended by ordinance number 6138, providing for severability and establishing an effective date.
Mr. Mayor,
Councilmember Halloran.
I move the ordinance be adopted as read.
Second.
Okay, it's been moved by Councilmember Halloran, second by Councilmember Perez, that the ordinance be adopted as read. The second reading, if there's no discussion, it requires a roll call.
Council President Prince.
Aye.
Councilmember Perez.
Aye.
Councilmember Vaughn.
Aye.
Member Albertson.
Aye.
Councilmember Rivera.
Aye.
Councilmember O'Halloran.
Aye.
And Councilmember McIrvin.
Aye.
Roll call, Mr. Mayor. All ayes.
All right. We're on to new business. Council President Prince.
Yes, thank you, Mr. Mayor. On Monday, October 28th at 4:45 p.m., the Committee of the Whole will meet. We have one item on the agenda, the 2025-2026 biennium budget. Then at 6 p.m. in the conferencing center, we'll have a reception for the Governor's Smart Community Awards. And then no official council action will be taken during this reception. Then at 7 p.m., we will have our council meeting here in chambers and by video conference. That's all, Mr. Mayor.
All right, thank you. Councilmember Perez.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. On Monday, October 28th at 2:45 p.m., the Planning and Development Committee will be meeting in the council conference room as well as via video conference. There are two items on the agenda. One is comprehensive plan update and two is emerging issues in city.
All right, thank you. Councilmember Van.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. On October 28, 2024, Monday at 12 p.m., the Utilities Committee has a meeting in the council conference room or via video conference. We have one item on the agenda. It is 2025 to 2026 solid waste utility rates.
Okay, thank you. Councilmember Albertson.
Yes, Mr. Mayor, on Monday, October 28, 2024 at 12:45 p.m., the Community Services Committee will meet in the council conference room and via video conference. Three items on the agenda: resolution to adopt Northeast Renton Park Master Plan, the Renton History Museum update, and emergent issues in parks and recreation. That's all, Mr. Mayor.
All right, thank you. Councilmember Rivera.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. The Public Safety Committee will be meeting on Monday, October 28th at 3:45 p.m. There will be four items on the agenda, the first being the interagency agreement between the Washington State Internet Crimes Against Children's Task Force and the Renton Police Department. The second will be an interlocal agreement with RPD providing special event extra duty services to the city of Bellevue. You're welcome. And third will be the RRFA briefing, and fourth will be emerging issues in public safety. And that is all, Mr. Mayor.
All right, thank you. Councilmember O'Halloran.
Yes, Mr. Mayor. On Monday, October 28th, 2024 at 1:45 p.m., the Finance Committee will be meeting in the council conference room and via video conference. We have 7 items on the agenda. The first is Amendment 6 to 2020 Washington State Department of Health SNAP Incentive Agreement. Second is Department of Commerce grant for the Renton Public Square. Third is 2024 Emergency Management Performance Grant Contract. Fourth is interagency agreement between Renton Police Department and the Washington Traffic Safety Commission. The fifth is the Washington State Criminal Justice Training Commission Wellness Grant. Sixth is vouchers, and seventh is emerging issues in finance. And that's what I have, Mr. Mayor.
All right, Councilmember McGurven.
I have no new business to announce, Mr. Mayor.
You'd have to start in the morning if you did.
I'm feeling a little left out. Maybe we should call transportation committee.
I've never seen us start at noon, so next Monday is going to be a busy day. What's the wish of the council?
Move we adjourn.
Second.
Okay, it's been moved by Council President Prince, second by Councilmember Albertson, that we adjourn. All in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, nay. We're adjourned. Thank you.